Hey everyone, Sam Davidson here with MEA Worldwide, and I am here today with our very special guest, renowned psychic medium Matt Fraser, who is the star of his new show on Meet The Frasers. How you doing?
Good, it's great to be here with you.
I am so happy to meet you. So I know that you started off as an EMT in your career. How did you transfer and switch over to being a psychic medium?
So it's actually crazy because when I first grew up, I always grew up, hearing and seeing the departed. It started when I was about the age of 3 or 4. It started with my grandmother who had passed. I connected with her. And then after that, there were other souls that came in wanting to speak to me. But being so young, I never realized that this was a gift or an ability. I literally ran from it from most of my life because of the fact that I was so afraid of what I was seeing, hearing, and experiencing. I never thought that I was psychic. I literally just thought that the house was haunted, and I didn't know why dead people were coming to speak to me.
And so now you're on TV, you're giving readings, we're seeing your life. Are there any readings that you give on the show this season that really blew your mind in some way or another?
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing that I wish there were more readings that were on, on the season. Mm-hmm. But for those readings that didn't make it on, you can actually catch them on the Meet The Frasers Facebook page or the Meet The Frasers YouTube page because there are full readings on there. And the one that I did that I absolutely love was for Luciera, who's a famous walking coach.
Oh, wow.
And she came down to Rhode Island to help Alexa prepare for the pageant. And as Alexa was preparing, all of a sudden, I heard her grandmother with her. And her grandmother was really prominent in her life. She was really just this amazing personality and really was like a mother to her. And I gave her this message. And Luciera, if you know her, she's somebody who's like very straight-laced, very serious, very tough. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this woman cry ever. And when her grandmother came through, like, she just broke down. And it was just so heartwarming. And you can see it on YouTube.
Oh, that's amazing. And so, do you ever connect with dead celebrities?
That's a good question. I do, but only if there's someone else that's here that's connected to them. Mm-hmm. So, for example, like, I can't just contact Michael Jackson. I would need one of his family members here because he's not around me. He's around them.
Right.
So the best part about my work and what I love is that I don't have a conga line full of dead people walking with me every day. When I do a show or I do an event, it's almost like the audience disappears and I start to see all of these souls that want to communicate. But the good news is that at the end of the event, those souls go home with the people that are in the audience. They don't come home with me because they're connected to you, and that's what's so incredible.
Mm-hmm. So you don't ever get souls attached to you being like, hey, can you, find this person for me, or can you deliver this message without having a connection to them first? Like the person that has passed, or, so you don't have random people following you around that you don't know.
Only if someone's in reach, right?
Yeah.
They're using me as a telephone to be able to reach somebody here in this world. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if I'm at a restaurant and the bartender lost their boyfriend or their girlfriend or whoever, that soul might come to me and say to me, hey, go over there and talk to them. That was my boyfriend or that was my girlfriend or whoever, and deliver this message.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because I'm in close proximity. Mm-hmm. But they don't just like come and say like, oh, my boyfriend or my girlfriend lives on such and such a street. Go to their address and deliver this message. If I'm in close proximity to them, they know that they can come over and talk to me.
Absolutely. And so did you see this TV show coming?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I was very particular. I've gotten calls, for the past 9 years of people wanting me to do different TV shows. One was going into spooky houses and, doing paranormal investigations. Another one was working as like a police psychic and whatnot. And, I wanted to do something that really just followed my life because I feel like that even though I'm a psychic medium, that I do live a normal life aside from hearing and seeing the departed. Mm-hmm. So, what I really wanted to show people that they didn't have to be afraid, that they could go and connect with the other side and sense their loved ones and come to see a medium, and that it's a different experience than what we're normally used to. There's nothing mysterious about me. The only thing that's a little bit scary is my family that I have to work with every day.
Yeah.
But other than that, I do live a normal life. So, I saw the TV show coming, and when I got a call from MGM, and I was a little bit leery until they said to me, we want to do it just about your life. We want to follow you in your normal day-to-day, nothing scripted, just what your life is all about. And, to me, that was just a huge blessing because I just get to be myself every day and work with the people I love.
Yeah, and so for people that watch it, they'll be like, how dramatic, these are such characters. So this is not scripted at all. Your mother literally just pops up at your door and you're changing your door code constantly.
Yes.
Your parents are having sex in your house. These things are...
You have to bring that up. You have to bring that up.
It was
amazing. You can't make this up. You don't know what I go through day to day. When I say like I'm not, like it's really sad when dead people are more quiet than my own family. Because my family is so loud, like they don't care, they do what they want, there are no boundaries whatsoever. I mean, my mother says what she wants, does what she wants. She's always popping up at the house. I mean, she's a loud, overbearing Italian mother, you know, who happens to be psychic as well. I have a dad who was, you know, 21 years in the Navy, now, you know, retired as a captain. He's like so straight-laced and like doesn't really even believe in what I do because, you know, it goes against his belief systems. And then I have my sister who is like a huge, you know, skeptic because she was the forgotten child of psychic ability.
Yeah.
And is the only one that can't see and hear the departed. So, you know, it's a very interesting group. But, you know, me and my mom and my sister and even Alexa, we all work together. They help me out on my tour. And, you know, I gotta tell you, there are conflicts that happen. You know, working with family is definitely not easy. Not easy whatsoever. You know, we love working together, but we do get under each other's skin. We do get on each other's nerves. And I'm just going to put it out there. My family is just not professional.
Well, I mean, they're certainly entertaining. Has it brought you guys closer together, you think, from doing this show?
Absolutely. Definitely. You know, because we get to share our life with so many people around the world. And, you know, every Monday night on E, we get to invite them into our house and into our life. And we get to have them a part of the work that we're doing. And I think that's what's so incredible and so amazing.
Yeah. And so what do you think the show brings about, you know, about a psychic medium's life that you hope audiences really take away from it and that they might not know about your life?
So I think that most people still have a misconception when it comes to psychic mediums. You know, I feel very blessed and honored to be doing this work because back in the day when my grandmother did this, you know, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, she couldn't talk about this. She couldn't talk about speaking to the dead or connecting with the other side. And what I wanted this show to show people that, you know, you can ditch the idea of what we thought about long ago of what a psychic medium was, you know, with the crystal ball and the veil and the meditating. You know, you won't see me do any of that because I just, you know, was born this way. I just have a gift where, yes, I can see and hear the departed, but there's nothing scary about me. You know, I just have an incredible gift that I was born with. Yeah,
and obviously the show is a huge deal. You also have a book coming out, which is really exciting. What can you tell us about that?
So this is my book. It's called When Heaven Calls. Life Lessons from America's Top Psychic Medium. And what I love about this book is that it talks about my journey. It talks about growing up with this gift, you know, not understanding in the beginning that it was an ability or a gift, you know, first being afraid of it and trying to run from it, and then going through the challenges of learning how to accept it. It also talks about how my clients have changed me, and also the ways of, you know, how I've learned to accept my abilities and the life lessons that these readings have taught me. I think that people are going to love this because not only is it filled with experiences from my life, it's also filled with tools for life. So at the end of every chapter, I have exercises and techniques that people can take from each chapter and apply them to their own life, whether it be learning to communicate with the departed, learning the signs our loved ones sense us, or just learning, you know, about the other side or about heaven in general.
And do you have any mentors or friends in this world that are other psychic mediums who, you know, you're close to or that you've learned from?
No, just my mom.
Just you guys.
I was never taught to be this. You know, and some people ask me all the time, oh, can you teach me to do this? Well, I can't because, you know, you either are born with it or you're not. I mean, everybody has a form of psychic ability, but I can't teach you to see and hear the departed. I can teach you to sense them and to feel them and to, you know, receive signs from them. But it's almost like being a singer, right? Like some people are born, I would love to be a singer. I can't carry a tune whatsoever. You know, you can teach me all you want. I can get really close or I can do, you know, I can get good at it. But, you know, I can never be a professional singer because that's just not me. So, you know, the thing is that with me, I was born this way. I had to learn. Everything that I learned from myself. You know, I learned from my connections with the other side, from speaking to spirit. And still now to this day, I'm still learning. You know, connecting with the other side is like a language to me. You know, every day I'm learning something new. I'm learning a new way that they're communicating. I'm learning a new way of how to connect with them and to speak to them. And I'm learning what these visions mean because they speak to me differently than the way that me and you are speaking to each other right now. I sense things, I feel things, I hear things. And we all have a way to connect with our loved ones and to sense and feel them. But like I said, what makes me different is that I can just see them.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in. This is so much fun. I can't wait to watch the rest of this season and, of course, to read your book. So, everyone, please make sure to tune in to Meet the Frasers. It's on E! Every Monday, correct?
Yes.
At 10 p.m. And thank you again, guys. Make sure to follow this guy, watch the show. It's going to be a really fun journey. We'll see you next time. Bye.